Alrighty, let's fly. I'm down. Awesome. Buckle your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride when Jax and I get together. So happy Tuesday, everybody. On this onset here, apologize for the lighting, but the sun is changing direction. I even got my blinds closed, so it's throwing this kind of weird, like haze right now. So I guess the veils are starting to come back together. um, but Heather will be on the hunt this week for a tabletop lamp to be illuminated. I mean, I could wear these that I bought, but it'd be a little too distracting and a little too much. So, yes, ground control to Major Tom. Anyway, that was corny. Lavender haze. Hey, I'll take lavender haze. We can kick butt and take names until we run out of names. There we go. And Michelle. So I was talking and catching up with this young lady right here. Michelle's Shining Light Tarot has a channel. She's waiting for when the universe and the stars are aligned, when it feels right to jump back in. But her and her sister Melina have been a part of the Tarot Tube community for as long as I have been a part of it, for at least a good 4 years. So I just got a hold of Michelle. We did a little catching up this morning and told her the new channel. And it's so nice to see you, Michelle. And every time I see Michelle, when I see Michelle, the other Michelle, I can't think of her channel's name. I'm having an absolute brain fart right now. But whenever I see this Michelle right here, this young lady, I start wanting to sing Michelle My Belle, and I'm not the biggest Beatles fan, but I just feel like I want to start serenading her. So, Michelle, this is Jacqueline. We call her Jax here. So, we are going to give it a few more minutes. I hear my tea is on its way, so I'll have a little sip for the show from the honey. Honey from the honey, actually. So, well, there you go. Bada boom, bada bing. Thanks, Jax. So until Michelle's ready to come back, you can catch her out here and kind of caught up on some of her videos. Thank you. He's making sure he stays out of the the view of the camera. So again, I apologize for this bizarre haze thing. I cannot wait till I get a new desktop. Let me tell you. So, ask and ye shall receive. I sure did. Sip, everybody. Perfect. So today I have my beautiful deck. I gotta start putting this out. I was doing my new moon and full moon shows regularly on the other channel, but then some of the people I co-hosted started developing their channel, and it was sometimes hard to, connect on a day and time. And then I did something called moving across country and getting adjusted to the new time change, everybody's schedule, and getting back into the moon cycles again. And I have my Heavenly Bodies astrology deck here, so we can take a look at some of the cards. I also have my Glyph Tarot. So many decks want to come out today. Like Miss Tarot D would say, so many decks, so little time. And got to channel sometimes my inner Miss Tarot D, so when she's not here. And I also brought one to come with me today, my Astral Realms Crystal Oracle. And that is going to be a really good setup because tomorrow, Jonathan Daly, oh my God, I'm like fanning already. But everybody knows Jonathan Daly joins me on my channel once every couple of months or so, where we do our live painting sessions. But Jonathan is an amazing crystal. He makes crystal grid necklaces, and he is very knowledgeable about crystals. And so tomorrow he's coming on to join me because I'm restarting on the new channel my Crystal Visions show. And last week, Jilly from Little Zen Crone. She joined me for Opal. I can see the stone. I just had a ruby and ziosite, and there was another one. Oh, not seraphinite. It was the other one that I'll think of it. Man, I even had. This is only my second cup of coffee. Well, not coffee, tea. And you would think already. This is what happens when the full moon comes around. Heather gets a little extra. Ever want to know what kind of how Heather's brain is? You remember the Fifth Element movie, and Ruby Rod, and you go. Sometimes that's what Heather's brain feels like. But, directly getting grounded already. So I have my astral realms, and Jonathan Daly will be joining me tomorrow. And on Friday, I will be having Roman will be joining me for my Friday night show. It'll be the first time he's been on my channel, so absolutely excited about that. We got a good week, and I ended up, biting the what's it called, biting the nail or biting the something, and I ended up getting a monthly subscription to StreamYard again, so I don't have to worry about how many hours, how many shows I can do. Let's see. I love that song, and you got to see Paul live. It was magic. Nice. I had to sing that song in choir, not choir, in chorus. I think it was 7th grade, 8th grade. Biting the bullet. There we go. Biting that silver bullet. So it shows that we have a couple of other people that are watching. So hello, lurkers. Thank you for being here. Let me take a quick sip. And I think that covers it for right now. Thursday, I'll likely, go on maybe at some point. Although I do have my knitting and crochet group, but that's not till 5:30 my time. Ooh, nice and hot. Okay, so I have a spread set up for today too. So I'm going to pull out my cards first. I went through and I separated them. And so today, of course, not today, tomorrow is the full moon, and it's going to be a super moon. And the moons are about satisfying emotional needs, nurturing self and others. And for me, also connecting with intuition, your inner goddess, get in touch with your emotions, learning how to kind of ride the wave of the emotions as well, because the full moon, especially with the super moon, can really send tsunami-like waves, for people who may have a lot of water in their charts. Now, me, I'm not very fluent in astrology, so I'm just sharing a little bit of things I have, plus a little blurb from Cafe Astrology, which I always go to her website when it comes time to do the moon readings, because I just love how she breaks things down and she keeps it short and simple. So we have the full moon in, well, that's not the sign. Here we go. We have the full moon in Taurus. And I have several people I know who are Tauruses. And even though they have little kernels of, similarities with Taurus, they are all very different individuals' personality as well. So my friend Catherine, my friend Amanda, somebody else I know Miss Nancy. How can I forget Miss Nancy? So we are in the sign of Taurus, and because of the shade and the haze here is going to kind of cut out the beautiful pastel-y colors, but the Taurus, trust, patience, and sensuality. Ooh. So Taurus is known as a mutable sign, and mutable signs surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. So they're the ones that can move, shift, change. Basically, I think of, especially with the water in the hands, going with the flow and, moving around the rocks instead of, boom, trying to hit them to go over them. They just flow effortlessly through the rocks. So Taurus is a earth sign. And I just love, look, she does this in the deck a lot with the beautiful bones. I just love how she does that with some of the animals, with the hearts. So very beautifully done deck. And Earth, persistence, patience, and practicality. And let's see, what do we have here? So Taurus is also known as wait a minute. It's not a mutable sign. Toss that out. That card got in there. Taurus is actually, Heather's got to have a faux pas at least once a show, right? Or it's not a Heather show. My left ear is ringing. So actually, Taurus is a fixed sign, which is like halt. So they are the ones that boom up against. So they are about stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. So kind of it's interesting though with the mutability though about surrender. So maybe that was a message that was supposed to come through. And at the end of this all, we have Taurus as being is a feminine symbol. It's part of the yin. And the yin represents intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. So I'm going to mix those cards back in the deck. And wouldn't it be funny if that mutable card doesn't come out a little bit later? So it just must have been wanting to be included in the party. So we'll get that in there. And let's take a little look at what Cafe Astrology has to say. So let's pull that back up and we'll be brief on this. So tomorrow, full moon. She didn't mention that it was a super moon. So everything with super moons are going to be really amplified. So we're going to feel more deeply, more strongly. We might even be more psychically connected, stronger dreams, more of a stronger intuition, having to watch again the emotions and making sure that we are grounded, we're stable, we're balanced, drinking plenty of water, just really being mindful, in the next few days, because that full moon energy typically lasts 2 to 3 days before and after the full moon. So we have a full, set of this energy for at least a good 4 to 5, if not 6 days. So the sign of Taurus, awakening an urgent interest in the physical world, again, because Taurus is an earth-based sign. And it's basically, the animal is, the bull, hooves on the ground. And it has to do with our own sensual needs and desires. The moon in Taurus guides us to seek emotional fulfillment through the simple, tangible things in life. While the Scorpio sun, we're in Scorpio right now, draws our attention to complexities, intangibles, and mysteries. The full moon reveals the conflict between form and transformation. Again, that Taurus not wanting to change, not wanting to, that big old hand that's sticking right up. So there is going to be some conflict with these two energies, and also as between collecting and sharing. So just move on a little bit more. At this time, we should be mindful of stubbornness. And I know stubborn with a couple of my Tauruses, so I can definitely totally see that. And let's see, and also recognizing that a healthy dose of self-interest is not only necessary but empowering. So making sure that we are taking care, again, our own needs, our own desires, laying those boundaries, stating, saying no when we have to, making sure we have plenty of that self-care for ourselves. Let's see. So it's a time to embrace our needs for comfort and predictability, and to connect with issues in our lives surrounding money, personal income, values, and self-worth as we boost our self-awareness. Again, so Taurus, Earth, just like the Pentacles, this is all about health, security, stability, wealth, prosperity. And for me, also spirituality, for me, feels like a part of the Earth, especially with it being represented as pentacles in the traditional RWS, because of, the pentacle representing earth, air, fire, and water. So for me, in spirit, that's a very spiritual symbol for my spiritual practice. And I'm not going to go any further, but we do have a couple retrogrades coming up. So that'll be a different show for that one. So Alrighty, let's open up the floor for readings, and hopefully we get a few more people coming in. I did find a very nice spread for today, and let me pull that up right now. And it's a 4 card, and I didn't type it into the banner, but I'm going to officially open up full moon readings. And if anybody wants to share, if any of this relates to them, if they know any Tauruses that fit that description, um, go, right ahead. So, all right, Michelle, I got you. Babe, I got you, babe. And Heather, she can't do a show without a little bit of singing. And we got Jax, of course. So this is going to be a 4 card spread, though Heather sometimes tends to pull, clarifiers. So I'll be using, well, in the mix is the astrology, Heavenly Bodies astrology. I also have my crystal astral realms. I have my glyph tarot, and I also have my tiles. And Michelle, you haven't seen my tiles yet, so these are cool. Wait till you see these. I have a couple of other decks here. We'll see how this goes. So let me take another quick sip, and we'll get this party started. Okay, so the spread consists of 4 cards. Release, what I need to let go. Transformation, how to reach my full potential. Illumination, what is coming to light now. And for a divine message from the universe. So I think I will use the heavenly bodies for the 4th card. Are they runes? No, they're not runes. You wait and see, girl. This is something too that Miss Tarot D's been drooling over. They were a gift, and pretty much the donations that I got for my tiles came from Jackie's Crystal Moon. So who knows? Maybe by mentioning people's names, I might be able to conjure them into the chat. So, all righty. For the first one, what I need to let go. Well, let's pull that from the glyph. And I'm going to have to do a show also just using my tiles. That'll be a lot of fun too. So Jax, we're going to start with her. So Jax, what do I need to let go of right now? What needs releasing? And Jax, watch, we're going to get the same cards as we do every time, right? But who knows? We'll see if we can get a different message from the universe, something else to sink our teeth into while we're biting the bullet. So release, what I need to let go. Ooh, I may have to open the book for that. One's interesting. Transformation, how to reach my full potential. And I'm going to use the crystal deck for that. See how this goes. I'm getting back into doing more spreads. It does help focus the direction of the energy. Okay. All righty. And illumination, what is coming to light right now? So I need a 4th deck. Actually, let's make the heavenly bodies the illumination. No, the illumination deck. Yes. The question, what is coming to light right now? And then I'll use the tiles for a divine message from the universe. That's how we'll do it. Okay. Alrighty. Yep, Jax. And so here comes the tiles. And Michelle, remember Allison, Aries Girl Tarot? Her and I did shows for a while on Fridays. She made me this bag specifically for my tiles. I lost one of my kitties after we moved here. We didn't leave her behind. We brought her with us. But remember Ziva, the long hair black kitty? We had to say goodbye to her. So for me, this is my Ziva bag. So she's a part of this. So, divine message from the universe for Jax. Let's see how many tiles. Oh my goodness. Well, sometimes when they stick, so the universe has a lot to say. All righty. So let's do this. Let's put that one up there because that's obviously you. Or actually, we'll see. I might pull my pendulum. So, Jax, what I need to let go. You got the primordial card. You got the water. And I found that very fascinating. What do I need to let go? And for me, this feels like the emotions, things that have been building up. I'll look at the book too, but I want to kind of look at this, that primordial urge to try to, make everybody happy, to make maybe everything. Is that primordial? It's, oh, Jax, how am I supposed to say this? Try to get them to, it's like you give emotionally, you give empathically, you give compassionately. You are draining so much of your well from that primordial urge to, because of being that mother energy, wanting to be able to make everybody happy, want to heal everybody. It's that primordial urge that we may have to draw back on. And also what we need to let go, a lot of these emotions through tears as well. But let's grab the glyph and see what she has to say. And that's number 37. And of course, they don't put this by number. We have to look up water. Is it water or is it primordial? I got to study this book and how they do this. Primordial or water. There we go. It's underwater. So 90, let's see. Yep, yep. So they're talking about the nurturing. The waters in the world, the holy waters, like in India, the Nile overflowing to be able to make the ground fertile, for the planting, for the people's survival. It says here, water to this day continues to remind us of our deep connection to the primordial source that sustains all life on earth. Cry if you need to is one of the prompts in this book. So creating a new path with the water. So what do I need to let go of? Things in the past, cry. Drink again here. I'm just saying this, so drink more water. Don't let go of not drinking water, but making sure you drink water. But really, and speaking of affirmations of health, vitality, and I love this here too. It says here, water holds the memory of all existence. Connect with this wisdom through meditative immersion in water. So by doing that, that will help you to maybe let go. Let that water cleanse you. Cry in that water. Sometimes crying in the shower, crying in the bathtub, outside during a storm, crying and connecting the rain with the tears. But this emotional baggage, this emotional heaviness that you are carrying, to release, to give, and give back to the earth. So transformation, how to reach my full potential. I got the Herkimer diamond for you. And let's see if I can get that so you can see some of the. So Herkimer diamond is part of the earth star chakra, the one that's right up here. It's just above. So we have our sixth one. Then we have, I got to remember the names of them, but the earth star is the one right above. And it's telling you to get into alignment. So getting in alignment with, again, the healthier emotions, getting into alignment with all aspects of your psyche, your physical, your emotional, your mental, everything. It says we also have a pomegranate in here. So again, the connection to the goddess, the pomegranate, Persephone eating half. So she's in Hades for 6 months into winter. So this is all about getting balance between the light and the dark. That beautiful rose that's also in the card that's a little hard to see. Being able to still blossom, feel that sensuality, feel that love for yourself and others, while having to deal with what you're dealing with, and making sure that once you get everything into alignment, stepping into that power, and once things get settled, taking that time for that alignment for things to come together. Illumination, what is coming to light now? I got house 4, and before I even read the bottom, I saw that it's the nest, my dear. It's the house. It's the home. Look at that beautiful little nest with the little 2 eggs in it. And the bottom of the card says cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So this is what is coming to light right now. You are finding ways by being able to get into alignment with everything that's necessary, in alignment to not just energetically, but financially, you know, finance, because a lot of times people say money's not everything, but we all know that finance is pretty much, making sure our finances are in place, our health is in place, communication is open, and clear, and that that we're also aligned with our higher power, whatever that may be for you. And if you're not quite sure, going on this journey during the next dark months, going within, meditating, and looking for that guidance. So, a divine message from the universe. Let me get these cards back to where they're supposed to be. And I hope you guys can't hear the garbage truck going beep beep. So I expected a couple tiles to come out for you, but you got 4 jacks. What can I say? So, starting off, you got the Queen of Cups. So, Michelle, these are my tiles. They're by Jamie Sawyer. She's an incredible artist, tattoo artist that turned into creating handmade tarot and art, everything. So, definitely check her website out, jamiesawyer.com. So, Queen of Cups. This is you, the mother, the nurturing, being empathic, being compassionate, being kind, um, but also being able to guard those emotions as well. She's got, 1 foot, lightly touching the water, but because she's emotionally grounded, she's able to feel, but yet she's also grounded. So she's in that place of well, the queens are the ones that exemplify the, the suits. They all encompass them. So it's that nurturing, empathic, compassionate, unconditional love. Um, Here, let me type this in really quick. And and I'll let you know, girl, they are not cheap. And I think the hexagons are no longer being made. Um, and that's why Jackie was able to help me. But jamiesawyer.com. So yeah, she's an amazing artist. She just released a felt tarot or felt Lenormand or one of them, just making things out of felt. Really cool. So you're kind of in the middle of all this. Next, you've got the 5 of Swords. So, girl, walk, let them walk away. Walk away knowing that, it's that card, again, of winning at all costs. What are you willing to fight for? This has some betrayal, like the 7 of Swords. So, it's about, for me in this card, it's um, you're fighting for things in the house and the family, for people's certain individuals' rights, but at the same time, it's just kind of a bit of I'll say warning, a caution that people will walk away. You may be victorious, but just keeping in mind how far will this go? How far do you want to push? And this could also be for the person that is involved with you as well. Sometimes you have to be the one that walks away, but not to the point where it's like that you can't win, but it's not worth the drama walking away from that. Everything has a cost. Yes, it does, dear. But you also got the Six of Pentacles. So I think this reflects the help that you will be receiving. You give and you are able to receive. So the card of charity of this could be in the form of additional income coming in, applying for, let's just say, like scholarships. Let's say applying for medical assistance, applying, well, we can't say really applying for SNAP benefits because numbnuts took them away from us at the moment. So, but being open to receiving help from others, especially when you've given so much yourself. I know, isn't it, Michelle? And then your last tile is message from the universe. You got the Three of Wands. It's time to move forward. It's time to expand. You have everything that's been planned. It's been, you took that idea, that second wand, you planned, you strategized, you start putting things in motion, and now you're ready to, okay, sending those ships out, waiting to see what comes back in. It's all about expansion and moving forward from here on out. So that's what I have for you, my dear. But that primordial water card has even come up for me. That's been a very popular card that's been coming out of that whole deck lately. So I think a lot of people, what we're going through, a lot of crying, a lot of emotional release, and especially with the supermoon, sometimes bringing those emotions to a head. We really need to take time to get grounded, feel our emotions, sit with them, release them, and be able to kind of just let things go, let it go and go with, let go and go with the flow. I think how it is. So. All righty. So Melinda, not Melinda. I wrote your sister's name down, Michelle. Is Melinda watching by chance? I wonder if she's one of my lurkers. Wow, I wrote Melinda. Okay, Michelle. Things have been coming up lately with me where I'll see a tile, like one of those tiles. I did a reading for Miss Tarot D a couple weeks ago. And when I pull that tile out, I was looking at the Empress card, set it down, did my reading, and then I started reading the other tiles. And when I looked back down, I was like, wait a minute, holy shit, that wasn't the Empress. That's the Knight of Pentacles. So sometimes things have been kind of, with me. So maybe certain abilities are starting to awaken. I would hope so after all these years, right? If she hasn't told me. Well, something with Melinda, because your reading's next, Michelle. So I don't know if this is like an extra message, maybe to reach out to Melinda today. Not to like anything scary, but just that makes sense. Yeah. Alrighty, and waterbenders rule anyway. Team Katara. Oh, that must be a video game. Okay. So for Michelle, release. What do I need to let go of? And I was using this deck. Sometimes the decks kind of want to transpose themselves. Okay, so what does Michelle need to release? I don't know, someone keeps popping in, popping out. I see them on my, and there they are. Oh, well, that was right at the top. That flipped. Nice. So, transformation. How to reach my full potential. I don't know. It's just weird how her name was down there. I mean, I'm talking to you and I'm seeing your name and I'm writing her name down instead. Ooh, Michelle. You got some energy going here, girl. Illumination. What is coming to light now? Well, no, we can't have all of those cards. No. God, Michelle. When I said what card you got, then my cards just go flying. Whew. I did that once before. I was doing something. I pulled a Lilith card, and the minute like a second or two after I pulled the Lilith card, the place where we were at, the electricity went on and off, boom, boom, like that. And it was just kind of like, what the? So, and so for your tiles, your energy, my girl. Hey, Shelby. Happy full moon to you too, my dear. Tomorrow's the super full moon, so great time to put out crystals and taking a bath, doing all the full moon stuff, going outside, howling at the moon if you can. And whoa, see, no, I didn't even know you had 4 come in too. Oh, wow. So let me see how these tiles. So these two go together. This is you, and this is. Okay, I'm trying to, because sometimes the tiles come out kind of weird. All right, we'll set those there and we'll see how this goes. For some reason, I messaged you today and now I'm getting a reading from you. I was meant to hear that. I think so too. I do. And how's school been, Shelby? Hope you've been doing well. So, release what I need to let go. Now, this is interesting that I keep getting these powerful cards, but I'm kind of seeing, so what I need to let go. I'm going to ask for a clarifier for this. Let me grab, because I have something that's coming to me that I want to see. You got an Egyptian goddess, girl. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. What I need to let go of. Okay, so Michelle, you got the Lion card, and that's either Sekhmet or it could be Selkat, but look at them. There's the Leo. I don't know what sign you are, girl, but the Lion, and it's all about power. What I need to let go. And I think trying to have power and control over everything. That lion, that lioness, that is some strong mother energy. But it's also, the king of the jungle, to me, that they rule together, in Africa and stuff, their territory. But with the Leos, it's about power, it's about ego. So this is something that you may be needing to release, or there is somebody in your life that you need to release that has this kind of power, possible control over you. But I'm feeling that it says here what I need to let go of. So I think trying to let go of having control over everything, trying to make, again, like with Jax, having control over, so tightly that things just slip through. This is the kind of the time where to step back and say, taking that power, taking that control, and working to use it for something else. Now, your tarot card that came out for that is the 7 of Pentacles, and these are, kind of like from the Black Swan movie. This was the image, obviously, was taken from the Black Swan, and the 7 of Pentacles is all about, sowing those seeds and having to have patience. It's like, again, when is this going to happen? When is this going to come to fruition? When am I going to be able to harvest this? Why is not more coming? And again, letting go control over things that you have no control over, and having to have the patience to allow things to unfold as they are. Hey, Hobo Hideaway, what's going on? 137, not sure what that means. I don't know if you're doing numerology, but I would love to know. So we put that aside. And next one is transformation, how to reach my full potential. Girl, it's time to redirect that energy. And I'm going and it's like weird how I'm doing this, because you got the snake card, you got the Shakti card. And the Shakti is basically your Kundalini. This is that higher feminine energy. It's that fiery potential again. So this is taking that energy and moving towards this beautiful portal. And it also, so it's tangerine quartz. That's the crystal. And of course, we look at tangerine, which is orange. And what is it? Your place, not the solar, well, it connects to the solar plexus too, but that is the orange. That is your sacral. That's where you get your creativity. That's where your womb is. That's where your, a lot of strong feminine energy, intuition, a lot of that stems, that creativity, that willpower, comes from that section. And it says here solar plexus chakra. So they are associating it with your place of power. And so again, you get a crystal that goes with power, and you have that power card with the lion. So the Shakti is about, again, redirecting that energy, and standing in your power, and directing, again, what is out of your control, and directing it where you can go to. Illumination, what is coming to light right now? You got the mutable card, surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. So letting go of what we can't control, kind of releasing that power, and letting people do what they need to do, and you focusing on what you can do. And again, with that patience card, things that you want get done right away, or want to see come to fruition, is taking a while. All about having patience. And we have a train going through, so if it gets too loud, please let me know. So for illumination, what's coming to light right now, when it does, when you're able to do that and let go, things move more fluidly. You get out of your own way, and you let those emotions flow. You let those, just let people's lives go to where they need to go. Let the energy go where it needs to go. um, and again, with that water, also tapping again into your intuition, learning how to trust that, listening to your body. Again, all about redirecting that energy. Mutable. It mean you can change, you can shift. So as you're waiting, you can easily be able to change and adjust this as you're moving forward. Now, your divine message from the universe. This is where it gets like, oh, so girl, you have had a lot of burdens on you lately, and you still may do. So here's that 10 of Wands, carrying a lot of weight. You have a lot of things going on. It's weighing you down. Typically, that Wands, is willpower, and tenacity, and being able to be inspired and get things done. But right now, there's so much that you are carrying this weight. Girl, Leo card, letting go of all the power, having to learn how to walk away. And because of all this, you have been feeling a little battle worn lately. You're exhausted, you're kind of tired, you're still holding on, and you are a Leo. Okay, so, all these burdens, it's weighing on you, girl. You don't feel inspired, you feel lethargic. But yet this card is still showing that you're still standing. It's like the Elton John song, I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So being able to continue holding on, moving forward. And when you do all that, you start moving into that Shakti energy and becoming more immutable, things, girl, start to open up for you. You're down to 2 wands. You have, your hand and the globe. So it's like, okay, the world is, all out there for me. What do I want to do? Where do I want to set my sights? Oops. And with that 2 of wands, there comes the planning, the dreaming, making plans, making strategies, laying down ground for new inspiration and ideas that are coming to you, getting that all out there and seeing like, wow, there is a lot out there for me moving forward. And your last one is the Queen of Pentacles. So again, the female energy, the mothering energy. This one here is more about feeling more grounded, or getting more grounded, feeling more grounded. Sometimes in the process it takes us to get there, but each little step at a time, because the pentacles are the slowest also moving suit. So again, we are with her, it's that fertility. There's the little bunny, the little bunny rabbits down there. So again, this is a time for fertility, ideas, being able to get grounded, get stable, get secure, get financially, centered, or I don't say backed, but when finances are all settled, health is good, you feel more grounded, you'll be able to start working on things for yourself, things that you want to do, while still maintaining that beautiful, nurturing energy. Again, sometimes the Queen of Pentacles, if the energy is overboard, it becomes somebody who's a bit smothering. So again, keeping that mind of that Leo, that we don't get into that aspect. And there's my Mozzie. Well, hello. You gonna come to say hi today? So that's what I have for you, Michelle. What? Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Oh, there you are. There's the Moz. Here we go. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to Jax and Michelle. Say hi to Hobo. Say hi to Shelby. That's a good boy. Now you gotta go out and be quiet, okay? Go see Daddy. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Speaking of Leo and smothering, oh my goodness, his personality has changed in the last 2 to 3 weeks. He gets into these moods where he just walks around and yowls, and if we go to sleep and he's left out there, he starts, no, wake. I mean, it's been a little rough on some nights with him. So those were the 2 readings that I had. So if it was anybody else, Shelby, let me know if you want a reading. Hobo, I don't know if you're still here. Hobo Hideaway, blessings, fellow travelers. I'm wondering what the 137 is. That sounds interesting. So thank you for the wonderful blessing. So if anybody else, oh no, what's going on here, Shelby? I have really bad feet pain, and I was on it for so long. I had to stay home all Monday. And, oh my goodness, Shelby, take care of that, sweetheart. And I know it's gotta be hard because you're working and everything. I would love one. All righty. Whoops. Let me put that there because I had a couple of other decks that came in. All right. Thank you very much. We'll rewatch later tonight. All righty. So release. So Shelby. All right. For full moon spread, what do I need to let go of this full moon? Because when we release stuff during the full moon, that means as the moon gets darker, we can start planning and planting seeds for the new moon for things to grow. Still here, Kitty is awesome. That's Mamazi. He's my last one out of the 5 I had at one point. So he's the last little man standing. X-rays, oh my goodness, girl. Oh, so what does Shelby need to let go of? I have to look at the book for that. So transformation, how Shelby can reach her full potential. Oh, thank you, Hobo. That's so nice of you. No, Jack, right? Jack shit. That's who's in there. I'm sorry. I keep getting so many names confused. If I'm wrong, please let me. But Hobo, you're Jack, right? And people going, did she just say, like Schitt's Creek? The Blue Star Kachina is coming. Yeah, Shan was mentioning that yesterday. That, this meteor or whatever it is, it's got like blue lights around it. And they're thinking that it's connected to the Hopi prophecy, where they saw a blue light or a blue star getting brighter coming towards Earth. That's why the critters are acting funny. Oh, you think so? I never thought of that. Illumination, what is coming next? And welcome to all my lurkers who are watching as well. So remember to hit that like button, and subscribe if so drawn to. And again, apologies for the haze today, but with the light in here and the weather outside, it's a little bit of a haze. So divine, no, this is the illumination card. And let's see how many tiles. Yes. Atlas. Oh, that's right, they're calling it Atlas. Okay, so divine message from the universe. And we have 4 as well. It's interesting. One keeps getting hidden in my hand where I can't feel it. Kind of like Atlas. It's been hidden all this time and now it's coming forward. All righty, so let's see what we have here. I just need my pendulum for a momento. Okay, and this is for Shelby. Does this represent Shelby in the reading? Okay, is this an actual male in her life? Okay, that's all I needed to know. A little verification there. And thank you, Jax, for all the little moddy things you're doing. The modest things you are doing. Appreciate it, girl. So release what I need to let go of. I got ears and listening. And looks like we got Lord Ganesh in there. And so, what to let go of? Listening to others. You have the ears, your own ears. You're able to. So this is like a double meaning card for me. Without popping the book open. I'm learning these, I'm trying to do these on my own. So with the ears, it's like you hear what people are saying, but their actions aren't quite adding up to it. And when you listen, you're listening to what other people's thoughts are, their opinions, especially this kind of still resonates from some of the readings we've done for you over the last 6 months to a year, Shelby, about people, telling you what you should do, that will bring you more money, what this or that. It's basically people telling you what you should do with your life. And right now, what we need to release, what I need to let go of, is listening to others who have no business telling me. I mean, there will be ones that will have, of course, listen to your doctor, making sure you're following medical advice and things like that. But you will know, your ears will know when people are telling you misinformation. The word gaslighting just popped right in there. So you need to release and let go what other people are saying. Stop. It's kind of like stop listening to those people that do not have your best interest. We all have our own dreams. We all have our own goals. We all have our own way of lifestyle, spiritual beliefs, etc. So stop listening to that negativity too, because sometimes when people feel that, we start believing it and then we start feeding it ourselves. So we need to make sure that what we feel, what we think, is not being fed by someone else's opinion, biased opinion. So moving forward, transformation, how to reach my full potential. You got the peach selenite. And peach selenite is a beautiful stone. Its energy is very similar to like a pink calcite or a rose quartz. The peach is very soft. It's very good for self-love, for healing, and of course, YouTube entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor. I should always state this before every show starts. This is just looking at, holistic modalities to go with proper professional health care and advice. So the peach selenite is is the universal chakra. So that's the one that connects us all together, that brings all things together. And I like how it corresponds with one of your tiles. But this is insight. So the peach selenite, because the selenite is also a moon-based intuitive stone, so you have that strong um, moon energy, that intuition, that divine feminine, um, that sight. Um, I'm thinking you were mentioning before, it seemed like at certain points, your sight comes in and out, your third sight. So this is a great stone for enhancing that, but at the same time, it's also good for healing. So, and if it's kind of hard to see, but you see the group of people around there down the bottom. So it's like your soul family is around you. These are your soul family, your guides. They are surrounding you. They're giving that peach selenite, that beautiful love, support for you to take on as you are developing your own sense of self. So, how to reach my full potential? If you can find a piece of peach selenite, that would be wonderful. They're relatively inexpensive, at least the last crystal store I was at. So, it's a beautiful stone to have. I have one, but I think it's packed away somewhere. Yeah. So, for illumination, what is your battery on the phone is dead? Bye, Hobo. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Have a good night. So, a divine message from the universe shall be Libra. And what's the Libra? All about balance. So, consideration, fairness, and harmony. So, this is what's coming to light. You are looking for, you're acknowledging that you need more balance. We have like the full moon here, and we have the new moon. So this is bringing all of those fragments that you feel about yourself, bringing them together, bringing them into harmony. Again, listening, not listening, but the listening to, again, you'll know which ones to listen to. Like that's so beautiful, your guides and your higher self. But again, letting go of that biased, chatter, listening to, again, people who, I won't cover that over again, but you know what I mean. Unbiased, their 2 cents. And so as we go through all of these, we come to the Libra. So what's illuminating for you right now is the need for fairness to yourself, from others. This can also be part of karma as well. We know the Justice card isn't just about legalities and legal hypocrisy, exactly. So this Libra card is now coming to light, showing that you need to get balanced. You're going back to school. It sounds like you're having a great time. I know you've been in pain. So again, balancing all these things, and still moving forward, still doing what it is that you want to do, and not letting go of that arts therapy if you can, not therapy, but degree. I know you moved to something else, but always know that that creative aspect is there, and that insight, that Libra, that harmony, allow that can all be balanced with tapping into that creativity of ourselves. So when we move forward to a divine message from the universe, what we have is 4 tiles as well. And I asked my pendulum. So I think, Shelby, we already know who this might be. Um, I did verify with my pendulum that this is a male that's in your life. And we have the king. He's typically seen as the father. So this could be your father. This could be a mentor. This could be now a boss. Or now that you're in school, this could possibly be a professor. But this is somebody, um, again, who can be very inspiring. They're very, oh, they have a very strong willpower. They are charismatic like the queen. Typically, in a maturity sense, they're grounded. They're able to um, rule from a place of creative groundedness. They're able to channel that energy, that inspiration, that willpower, that creativity that dynamism, that just came dynamism, and they rule by them, and people look up to them by that. But when I had this tile next to it, I got the Seven of Wands. So it's going with the King of Wands. So I'm feeling like this may be a negative aspect of the King of Wands, because the King of Wands can be somebody who has a temper. They can be, they can um, misuse their power. Um, they can, even take away one's inspiration, kind of like the harsh critic, kind of like the Queen of Swords, how someone can be blunt and can be cruel in a reversed. So just looking at this, and then the Seven of Wands, it feels like you are doing a lot of, holding your ground, staying, staying balanced. And in the deck, it shows here, and it's sometimes hard to see, but two different shoes on. So this is somebody who had to jump right away, didn't even think, had time to put both shoes on, you know, had to jump up and quickly defend themselves. So this is to me saying that you're like defending against their ideals, their rulership, their opinions, and possibly others as well. But holding your ground, creating those boundaries, my dear, things will come full circle. A cycle will come to an end. This is the World card. This is you being able to, you've been through the whole onslaught, and now things have come full circle, and it's time for you to start looking ahead for yourself. And your last tile is the Eight of Pentacles. So for me, this is studying, honing your skill, nose to the grind, so to speak, just focusing on creating what it is that you want. So for me, this feels very much like hitting the books, studying, doing also not just studying for degree and subjects that are for your degree, but things that make you happy. So this is a lot about focusing on your health, focusing on your stability, your financial income, and hey Jackie, and um, your overall well-being. And that's what I have, my dear. Hello, Jackie. And wait, we have somebody named Kiki here. Well, hello. Well, gracious greens, merry meet. Kiki Long. I think I've seen you before in some other chats. So welcome, welcome. Oh, you're welcome, Shelby. I'm always happy to read for you, honey. I miss school. I know all the running around from class and having to study for exams, this and that, but those were the good old days. I miss those. Except for the teachers that were woohoo, that weren't the best. So, well, Shelby was my last read. So hello, Jackie. I'm not in a rush right now. I have until at least 2:30. I have an appointment at 3. So anybody else coming in wanted a reading, let me know. Tomorrow is the super full moon in Taurus. We talked about that at the beginning of the show, and it's really nice. I always love the academic. Me too. So of course, Jackie. See, I'm psychic. I knew that you were going to ask. So Jackie, I'm doing a 4-card spread, and for people who come in the chat, it's a card for release, what I need to let go of, transformation, how to reach my full potential, illumination, what is coming to light right now, and then a divine message from the universe. All righty, and there, Moira, what's up, girl? My peeps are heading in. There must be other shows. I know there's. I try to go on at different times. It's kind of hard now. Try not to overlap because I'm on a different coast. So I'm trying to do shows at different times now. I wrote down me. Oh my goodness, that's hysterical. That's Jackie. So Jackie, phone charging. All righty. So what does Jackie need to let go of? It's really interesting. I'm wondering if this is the right deck to use for this card. For this question, I mean. This is interesting. Transformation. I just finished work. You're number one. Because you're still the one. Da 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 da. Still the one. Oh, my friend. We're still having fun. I watch how much I sing. I don't know how much trouble I can get into. So, transformation, how to reach my full potential. Ooh. Oh, so nice to pull out a deck you haven't used in a while. And illumination, what is coming to light right now? So then maybe this is a good time, Moiris, because then, you know, people on the East Coast, they're probably getting home from work or getting dinner started. So not, you know, cutting in too close to another show. And a divine message from the universe. Let's see. For Jackie. And I've got 3 for Jackie. So that first one. Oh, wow. A lot of similar messages. Girl. All right. So it's 5 p.m. All righty. So what I need to let go of, what we need to release with this full moon. I got insight and vessel, which I find very interesting. And I am going to pull a clarifier for that from my De Louis. I'm probably not saying that right, De Nuit. You know, I have French Canadian, so sorry, great grandmas. So let me just get a clarifier for that. Oh my, okay. So the vessel, what I need to let go of. Insight. Insight to your, okay, let me open the book because I'm getting a couple different. I just really love it's. I know it's hard to see. I got a little bit of a haze, but we have a vessel here along with a chalice, and it's all about insight, like the cups card, our intuition, our creative um, ideas, our creative abilities, our artistic ones, and then the vessel. So I'm feeling like letting go of what's within you that is no longer healthy. Like keeping in mind of what you are putting into your vessel, what you are filling your cup with. Deck in a glass jar. So using that insight to, I mean, you already know what needs to be let go of. It's like, you know, your cup is full and your vessel is full. And there are things that need to be poured out of that is just too much right now. And I'm seeing your tile that goes with that. And so it'll connect when you see that. So you just have a lot, stuff saying you have a lot in your plate. Your cup is just about overfloweth. But in this instance, you need to tap into that magician. You need to manifest something. You need to manifest what I need to let go of. I'm trying to figure out how the universe wants me to say this. You have the power, you have the skill set, you're able to manifest whatever it is that you want. And so, right now, manifesting a new vessel, a new cup, making sure that is designed by you, that is filled with what you want to put in there, especially when it comes to emotions, girl. Letting go of emotions of maybe even manipulation, from others, having to let go of things that others have also kind of manipulated you into feeling or caring for them. And I'm just going to jump right now to your first tile so that you see what this, Jackie. See, there's that 10 of Wands that came up again. So those burdens. So there is a lot of emotional burdens, things that are weighing your vessel down. Um, it's kind of almost blocking your insight. It's kind of like a smoke and mirrors that someone is performing. So you become that magician instead. And I'm going to open, let me grab, because sometimes not sometimes, but the deck here, the way the author writes, they have them talk to you. And I think the magician card is going to have something valuable to share here. So let me see what she says. So the magician, for the magic is in my hands. So you have it in your hands to be able to do this, my dear. You have the power to manifest your desires. As it is mine, the magic is all in your hands. Anything you need, any skill or quality is already within you, waiting to be used properly. You can listen to the night if you learn how to take advantage of your personal talents. I come to you as a good omen to tell you that you can transform reality and make it look like your deepest dreams. Again, dreams, water, that vessel, clearing out that is not yours and filling it with what should be yours, what is yours. But I want you to go for it. I need you to show commitment and strong intentions. Know what you want and then go get it. Night is exactly the place where anything can become possible, but you have to start the process. And so that's the card, energy of the card speaking to you. So that's that first question. So let me put her there. And so, transformation, how to reach my full potential. You got eudaimonia. I may have pronounced that wrong. This is not a crystal. Well, it's not a crystal, but let's find out what that word means. Oh, Jax, can you do something for me? Oh, actually, hold on a second. We all learned something together today. There we go. Number 9. Does it tell you how to pronounce it? No, it does not. So, eudaimonia is a philosophy pertaining to each individual self and finally living in your knowing. You can access this knowledge and guide yourself down the path to your bliss by looking inward and healing your past traumas and wounding. So there we go. Goes again with that first card and the magician card. And let's see, we also have, so it's associated with the planet of Uranus, and it's the crystal malachite. And malachite is a good grounding stone, but it's also a stone of prosperity. It is a stone of the heart chakra. But when it comes to health, malachite is a stone that can be toxic or is a toxic stone. So, tumble pieces are fine, but you know how some people like to put crystals into water to like cleanse the water, power them. This is a stone that you have to be very careful. There's also raw forms of malachite, where sometimes the dust of it gets on your hands and you have to wash your hands afterwards. But I have several pieces, and of course, none of my stones are out behind me that I can share with us today. But the malachite, I love how they use those as two pillars. And again, like the high priestess card, and you're going to that beautiful. To me, it looks like a moon, but it also feels like a pearl. So you're passing through those gateways, you're blossoming, and you're going to that intuition of knowing what needs to be done. You're using your insight, my dear. And so, illumination, what is coming to light right now? You got House 1 card, and that's the picture. And House 1 represents individuality, self-image, and approach to life. So there again we go. Um, yeah, time to work on that vessel and fill it with what is meaningful to you, what's important to you, and not to others, and letting that emotional baggage go. Um, Especially with like with the Malachite and how it talked about past traumas. So a divine message from the universe. Again, a lot of burdens. You've been carrying a lot of them. You're in the process again of a lot of, um, excuse me, no, sorry, asking me if I want a cup of coffee right now. I'm like, no, not yet. So we have the Seven of Wands, standing your ground, defending yourself for what you believe. Um, and the last one here is the card of betrayal. It's a card of feeling like something was stolen from you or someone trying to get away with something. So for me, it feels like here you are, you know, burdened. How do I do this here? Burdened. You're in the middle here trying to defend and protect yourself while knowing that, other people are trying to get away with shit with you. And we can also turn this tile around and make that about you. You taking what it is that you need and leaving the rest behind as well. Leaving their negative thoughts, communication, and just taking the swords, taking your thoughts, taking what it is that you believe in, and leaving the rest behind. So that last tile is a two-way, and I think it reflects both for your reading. I've been doing a lot of that defending myself. That's what I got for you, girl. All right, so let me put these cards away. I thank everybody again for joining me. I'm going to have to wrap this up because I do have an appointment at 3, and he made a fresh pot of coffee and my tea is all cold down. So I think I'm going to go ahead and have a nice cup of hot coffee. Oh, you are welcome. And thank you, Jax, for being mod extraordinaire. Um, and helping me out. Thank you, everybody who was here in the beginning and who watched playback. And make sure to hit that like button for me, leave an emoji or a comment. And I'm just going to, you know, put you out here up front, Jackie. Thank you so much. Every show that Jackie has been a part of for me, she has gone in and left me a comment. And I appreciate you so much, Jackie. Thank you for taking the time to do that for me. Um, so let's see. You're welcome, Michelle. It was good to get a hold of you today. It's been a while. And yes, much love and light to all. And hopefully, I will see everybody here tomorrow when I'm on with Jonathan Daly. And we're talking about lapis lazuli and moldavite. So I'm really excited to have him joining me for that. So, again, everybody, thank you. Have a good rest of your day or night. And we will see you next time.